How's it going, guys? We are back with another video here, and this video is going to be everything that I think really should be in NHL 25 that would make it a really great game. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you have not already. We should be getting some NHL 25 news in the very near future here, so stay tuned, and let's hop into the video right now. First, actually, before we get into the video, I want you guys to make sure you follow me on Twitch. I'm live there every single day, twitch.tv/Henreek. The link's in the description. Give me a follow. You can always catch my streams live as well. So looking at NHL 24, for example, I'm going to talk about pretty much every mode that can really be improved, right? So you have Hockey Ultimate Team, Franchise Mode, World of Chell. You also, of course, have Be a Pro as well. Those are kind of the main modes, really. I mean, everything else is kind of like, you can't really add much to it, you know, tournaments. I guess, you know, World Juniors, you can maybe have the gold medal, I guess, ceremony. But other than that, that's pretty much all the main modes. Starting out with Hockey Ultimate Team here. Obviously, that's what most of you guys watch on my channel here. And what I really think could be done to make this a better mode is... Alright, so there's a few different things that I think they could really improve it. So, content, I think, in general this year, not the greatest, alright? And I think a big factor is only 3-day content per week. We used to have 5-day-a-week content. I think they need to go back to that. I think that'll really, really make it just more enjoyable, the game, and I think that would really help a lot. To me, that's a no-brainer. I really believe they need to kind of address the fact of... you know, basically content just being very similar, and honestly just the lack of, you know, I guess quality content. They kind of like more so just like release the same type of things every week. So you have your Team of the Week on Wednesday. You know what to expect all the time. I feel like that's not a good thing. Champs, I feel like also is taking a step back. I mean, previous years, obviously, if you guys do recall, in NHL like 20, 19, 21... there pretty much was a guaranteed player in the top 20, and I just felt like the rewards in general were better in Hut Champs back in the day. That's just my opinion, though. But I think really Hut has so many things that could, you know, really make quality life better as well. So, for example, the auction house, I feel like that's something that has not been changed in forever. I think there should be a way to search by player name. I know you can do that definitely in FIFA, or sorry, FC. But yeah, I mean, I think that would be a huge, nice add as well for quality of life purposes. I also feel like I think they need to kind of change the way, like, I don't know, there's too many power-ups and X factors. Like, I feel like it's, I don't know, Hut's kind of a weird thing where, you know, everyone kind of ends up having the same team, right? But I guess that kind of makes sense because everyone's going to have this, you know, the best players in the league, right? And they're going to obviously get the highest cards typically, which is fair, but I feel like everyone's team's always constantly the same, and everyone's team's untradeable. So, I don't know. It can be a little bit tough, I guess. You know, that's a tougher one to really decide. I feel like another thing I think they should definitely change in Hut is 100% the fact that, you know, Rivals rewards don't update as the year do, right? So obviously, yeah, packs are really good now. The odds are great. But I feel like if you look at, for me, I'm in Division 1, the fact that, you know, I'm getting an 85 overall, what is it? An 85, or 84 choice pack, sorry. An 84 choice pack in August, right? I mean, this is the same as when the game comes out in October. I don't really see how the value adds up. It makes no sense to me at all. And then again, when it comes to like the packs, I feel like they should just be better as the year gets on. Like, they really should be. Like, it shouldn't take until, you know, late July, mid-July for the packs to suddenly be good and rewarding. I think that just makes no sense. I think as the months go on, the odds should get better realistically. That's just how I feel, at least. But another thing that obviously Hut drastically needs a new mode, and I think I have the perfect idea for a new mode here. And the mode is Draft Champions, guys. That's something they got to bring back. So this is how Draft Champs used to work. As you guys can see, you had, you know, different, you know, themes you could choose. Young Guns, Snipe Show, Speedsters, Grizzled Veterans. I chose Grizzled Veterans in this one here. And yeah, I mean, it's something that I think should be in the game. It really should. They had it since NHL 20 was the last time they did it. You basically would draft a team here. I think it's 12 rounds or so. Let's see if it's 12 rounds. Every round they would pop up and you'd choose players. So Sidney Crosby, they did not update this the whole entire NHL 20 either, which is really, of course, funny. But yeah, I think definitely Draft Champions would be a really nice add, and every round you just draft players. And look at this, NHL 20. This is when the game's not even active either. Keep that in mind. So yeah, I mean, they got to really consider bringing it back. I think it'd be a really good ad. And, yeah, I mean, to me, you got to just make the rewards worth it. And I think everyone will be happy with it. We need a new mode nut. That's really the bottom line, I think, guys. It's been the same since NHL 20, straight up, or 21, I should say, because they also removed draft champions. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good thing, and I think that's all I have for Hut right now. Next up, we're going to talk about World of Chell. And World of Chell, honestly, I feel like it's in a pretty good spot. I think the worst part is how long it takes to get into World of Chell. This is not going to be edited. Let's just let's count it. So it's been about 5 seconds, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 seconds until you can finally actually start playing the game, basically. That is just insane how long the loading time is to open World of Chell, and I know on even old gen consoles it's probably even longer. Yeah, not good. They got to definitely address that. I think it's actually not a horrible spot. Maybe some of the loadouts can be adjusted a little bit, right? Like maybe some X factors maybe shouldn't be allowed, but honestly, I don't think it's in a bad spot. I feel like the store is kind of an L. The battle passes were kind of not that great. I don't know. I think that's something they got to try to improve on and make it more worth it for you guys to actually buy or spend money on. But in general, I feel like World of Chell is decent. I think always more, you know, I like the Stanley Cup, like the cup runs. That's kind of cool. Like, I don't know. I think World of Chell is actually pretty good right now. That's one of the things that I'd say they're doing pretty well on. I mean, obviously, I know some people probably disagree with me in this video, but yeah, I mean, more customization is always a good thing as well. I mean, more things to, you know, add to your player, add to your arena. I think arena needs an update, like the creator portion of that. That would be very nice. The creation zone, I should say. I feel like they could also, I don't know. Yeah, the stores. The big thing about the stores, they don't really have things to buy all the time, and I feel like they kind of made it seem like in the trailer last year that you're gonna be able to kind of get what you wanted at all times, and I feel like that is certainly not the case. And there's actually some days where you literally can't buy anything in the store with your coins, which is pretty weird as well. It's only points, which I don't agree with that either. Let me see if that's the case right now. It is not the case. Okay, so you can actually get stuff right now, but there's certain days where you literally can't use your World of Chell coins. It's pretty weird, but I think in general, not in the worst spot though. World of Chell, you guys can let me know as well. Next up, we got Bia Pro, and that's another thing, guys. Bia Pro is another one where, you know, it's been the same for a while, and yeah, you guys are probably used to this by now.
Super Agent Taylor Mackey joins us here on the line, who represents the hottest, most anticipated prospect in years. Taylor, give us the 411 on the kid here.
Hey, morning, James. Well, look, you may not believe this, but the kid's up here on Carter Lake.
What?
Playing pickup, yeah, with a bunch of other kids. It's a beautiful day.
Pricey pond hockey you got going there.
Yeah, I suppose it is. But look, that's how much this kid loves the game, man.
What?
Pricey pond hockey, boys. Pricey pond hockey. But let's talk about Bia Pro and what they can really do different. So some pointers here right away, guys. I mean, it's just the same dialogue pretty much as we always have. That's another big issue. I don't really understand why they can't at least change, you know, some of that, right? Like the conversations. It's just the same thing. You know, do you want to go to the museum with me? It's just the same generic stuff every year. Honestly, if you play Bia Pro as like one of your main modes, kind of not worth buying the game probably for the last few years. So hopefully they do some adjustments there, because it is not much here at all to write home about for Bia Pro. What I think would obviously be amazing, I know it's a very long shot, but if they could somehow, you know, add the way to, you know, the way for it to be like kind of like NBA's here. Now this is a throwback when I actually used to play NBA, but yeah, I mean, like more like the cut scenes, the storytelling, you know, kind of walking around the city type thing. You know, obviously, it's a lot to ask for. It really is. But, like, all these different storylines, I mean, you know, that you could have would obviously be making it a little bit more interesting and exciting and fresh every year, because we all know it has been quite the same now for a while. But certainly would be a really nice thing to see for Be a Pro. I know people obviously love that mode, and we'll see if they can actually improve on it this year. But obviously, yeah, something like NBA. And again, this can go for World of Chell as well. If you guys want to implement your Be a Pro character into World of Chell, and you can kind of have like a city thing like that. You can play ESHL with your friends in the city, or I guess the pond, right? All that. You could have like the pond hockey, all that stuff. You could be walking around and skate to the rink, or like that'd be cool, I really think. So we'll see if that's something they can try to add. I don't know if it's going to be for this year or for another year, hopefully. But what do you guys think? And then last but not least, we got franchise mode. And franchise mode is another thing it really has not been touched in many years, honestly. It really has not. It's been quite the same here. Yeah, they added custom leagues in terms of you can obviously, set the rules more, set your league up better. Other than that, not really much different actually in the actual game though, like mode. Yes, they added roster sharing. That was huge, of course, huge add. But again, that's not actually changing the way the mode works though, to be fair. You know what I mean? Like, it's been the same UI since NHL 20, I think, at least. Maybe even longer, maybe 18 or 17. It's been a long time, I know. But franchise mode, I mean, it has so much potential. I love franchise mode already. I think it could be so much better, though. There's certain things that, like, you gotta have. I mean, you just gotta have, right? I mean, no trade clauses they need to add. Stuff like that is so important to really making franchise mode better. I mean, there's just so many ideas you can have, right? I mean, you gotta be able to look at the league history. I feel like that'd be cool. Like, you can see, like, you have awards here. It's the last 5 years. You should be able to see every single Stanley Cup winner of your franchise mode, right? I don't think it should be kind of just the last 5 years of everything. Same thing when it comes to, like, I guess coaches. You can't really see, like, past, I think, 5 years as well. So I think that's something they got to really try to, implement and add. I feel like franchise mode has so much there that they really can make a difference and make the mode so much more fun. Because like I said, as it is, I think it's already so much fun. But obviously, yeah, I mean, drafting, there should be more. There should be like a cut scene for the draft. I feel like that'd be really cool. They should have the All-Star game come back on the calendar. You could be able to, watch it or see, how your players do, or bring up a skills competition. That would be really cool as well. I know people love that. I want that back, of course. That'd be really nice to see. And yeah, I mean, hopefully that's something they consider. But for franchise mode, I think there's a lot of potential, and I think already it's in a decent spot. But like I said, all those things could obviously make a huge difference. What do you guys think? I mean, what else am I missing for franchise mode? I feel like I kind of nailed all of them. The trade deadline is a cool experience. I feel like we should get something like that for the draft. I think that'd be really cool. And yeah, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below for franchise mode. But let's move on. They need to bring back the intros. I know presentation doesn't mean everything, but I know a lot of you guys definitely really like the presentation. I feel like what we have now is not bad. You have the national anthem. That is cool. Don't get me wrong. But I truly believe that they should bring back the intros because it just made it more immersive and honestly just more exciting to, if you're an offline player. Obviously online, everyone's just pressing A to get to the game. I totally understand, which is fine. But I mean, the intros were so cool and long back then. You had like the build up, the music's playing. You have to see your skaters warming up here, kind of. Obviously, you have like a more of a presentation. Like the announcers start talking about the game. You'll see the goalie stats. Now all we have literally is just they just go in, they show the national anthem for 5 seconds, and then just the game starts. Like it's very short, and I feel like that's something they got to really consider changing, right, and actually adding. And honestly, adding the 3 stars to the end of the game as well, guys. If you guys remember what that was, they would have the 3 stars come out and kind of wave of the game. So I mean, yeah, that would be something they really should add. And again, shout out to this guy right here, Pichu London Sports, of course, for this video. That's who I just showed. So, and yes, of course, guys, gameplay matters too. I'm gonna talk about gameplay, and really, for me, there's a few things I think really need to be changed. And honestly, the pressure system being gone would be nice, but I just can't imagine EA adding a new feature, a big feature to the game and just completely removing it so quickly. So I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see, but I doubt it. Pressure I don't like at all. I think the Michigan on one button has to go. Total control can obviously stay in the game. That's completely fine. I have no problem with that at all. I just feel like there's no reason that someone can just press a button, hold the button down, and pretty much score an automatic goal every time. So either you're going to take that ability out, or the ability for that, you know, you can press Y, but the Michigan success rate should only be, you know, like 25%. But if you have the X factor ability, like skilled up or whatever, that would be more interesting, or it's tricky. That would make more sense for it to be more successful. That's just how I feel, at least. In general, I think it's too successful. It just shouldn't go in as much as it does. It's pretty much a guaranteed goal if you obviously, yes, play defense, you can defend it. Yes, you can, obviously. But it's very frustrating to have to just kind of like constantly worry about someone pulling a Michigan off, when in reality it does not take much skill. And I hate to complain about that all the time, but that's how I feel. And then also, I don't like the hitting. I don't. I feel like the whole hitting system is not in a good spot. Yes, I like how hitting obviously is very good again, but I don't like the fact that you can just kind of charge up hits and just annihilate players the whole game. It's just not realistic. It's just not. I mean, in real life hockey, people aren't just, you know, lining up huge hits anymore. It's not like the, you know, 1990s or the early 2000s of hockey, right? It's just not. I mean, I get it. It's video game, right? Now everything should be completely realistic. I 100% agree. But I feel like most people will agree it's very weird this year hitting, and I think a lot of people don't even understand how to hit still, and I just feel like it confused so many people this year when it comes to the hitting system. I feel like goalies have to stop being down on the ice, like, and I just mean the pressure. That's kind of a big thing. But even when pressure is not active, goalies just go on their their butt. Obviously, I'm not gonna say the word, you know, because I don't want to get demonetized, but I just don't understand why goalies just end up on the ice and they stay there for so long, too, because that just doesn't happen in real life, realistically, where a goalie's just down on the ice for like 8 seconds at a time and you can just flick up and do an empty net. It just doesn't make sense. It just, there's a lot of things that I feel like were kind of weird they added this year in NHL 24 gameplay-wise. Obviously, there are some things I like, of course. I feel like the skating's in a fine spot. I mean, shooting's not bad, I guess. Passing's okay. I still feel like passing's not as good as it used to be. Like in NHL like 20, you could like make more one-touch passes. I feel like it's still not as crisp, but yeah, I mean, I feel like the AI obviously are horrible still, like for the most part. Like they just like don't go to where they should probably, like on like a, you know, on a play they definitely should stay at, right? Like they just don't stay where they should, and obviously like they make plays they shouldn't though too sometimes. It's tough. The AI is always hard to kind of fine tune, I know, but you know, for me, gameplay obviously is very important, and I know I want you guys to let me know what you think as well when it comes to the gameplay and what should be improved. All right, guys, I think I kind of mentioned everything that needs to be mentioned. If there's anything I'm forgetting, let me know. But NHL 25 news will begin very soon. What do you guys want to see? Who's going to be on the cover? Of course, let me know. But make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you have not already, and follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I'm there. I'm live there every single day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.